So this video is going to be very interesting. I'm going to be revisiting this Michael Jackson character because I found another one of his characters. Because one thing you guys have to understand about Michael Jackson is his face is extremely likable. So they made so many characters out of him. And I have 2 videos about 2 of his other characters. So I did this one 6 months ago because one of Michael Jackson's biggest characters is Bruno Mars. And these characters have so much in common. You know, this was a very long video because there was so many connections. So I highly recommend you guys check out that video if you haven't. The link is in the description below. This was a 46-minute video of 100% proof. I showed hundreds of connections, you know, it's completely undeniable. And another character that Michael Jackson has as well is Sandra Bullock. So the link to this video is also in the description below. And keep in mind that they made multiple characters out of Sandra Bullock as well, because Kendall Jenner is one of Sandra Bullock's characters. So if you're interested in all of Sandra Bullock's characters, go check out Divine Sade's video about this. The link to this video will also be in the description below. So I just wanted to clear this up because Michael Jackson has so many characters, and so far I've exposed 2 of them, you know, Bruno Mars and Sandra Bullock. And today we're going to be talking about the rapper JID. He has a weird name, and when I get to the Gematria connections at the end of this video, you guys are going to see why his name is JID, because it matches up perfectly with Michael Jackson. So in this video, I'm just going to focus on this character that Michael Jackson has, but keep in mind there's so many other characters that they made out of Michael Jackson. There's still 3 other characters that Michael Jackson has that I haven't talked about, so I'm gonna make a video about them later. But in this video, I'm just gonna focus on JID. So as you guys can see by this side-by-side comparison, they look extremely similar. You know, the weird thing about this character is he looks exactly like Michael Jackson in 1978. So if you look up younger pictures of Michael Jackson, you can really see the resemblance. And even when he's white, you know, he still looks like JID as well, because Michael Jackson was never replaced. They just modified his character. They do this with multiple characters like Kodak, for example. You know, they just modify the character, and a lot of people think that they're cloned or replaced, but no, all they did was just modify the character. And even when they modify the character, they still look like their other characters, so don't let that throw you off. But for JID specifically, he looks exactly like Michael Jackson when he was younger. And JID actually admitted he's Michael Jackson multiple times. He put the truth in plain sight. So he posted this picture of Michael Jackson, and in the caption he said, "Tell me your favorite song off TFS and I'll tell you mine. He Shimon." And he and Shimon are 2 words that Michael Jackson always says. So I'll play some clips of him saying it right now. So this post is what really motivated me to make this video, because he's literally letting us know in plain sight on his Instagram right now that he's Michael Jackson. You know, he didn't even explain why he posted Michael Jackson. And the fact that he's saying Michael Jackson's words like he and Shimon, you know, he's basically acting like Michael Jackson. So this has to be the biggest mockery I've ever seen. But there's so much more mockery that he's done. So on Twitter, this rapper posted this picture of Michael Jackson when he was younger, and he said, "JID appreciation tweet, man's a genius." But it's a picture of Michael Jackson. So if you put 2 and 2 together, he's basically saying that JID is Michael Jackson. And then JID responded, and he put like the shaking hand emojis and 2 laughing emojis. So he loves laughing at all of this. This is a big mockery to them. You know, they always make it a joke because they know that if they laugh at the truth, that will get their fans to laugh at it as well, and nobody would take it serious. And in this picture, he looks exactly like JID, man. When I first saw this picture, I thought it was JID. But this is a young picture of Michael Jackson in 1978. So another time they put the truth in plain sight was this tweet by this other verified celebrity. And he said, "ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3, simple as JID." And then he laughed and he tagged JID. And he posted a picture of JID and young Michael Jackson. And ABC 1, 2, 3 is a song that Michael Jackson did when he was younger. And JID responded and he said, "Fight me," with a laughing emoji once again. So what really gets me about JID is the fact that he always responds when somebody calls him Michael Jackson. You know, it's like he loves making a mockery out of it. Because this other guy made this tweet and he said, "Bro, I'm high and I'm noticing you not only look like Michael Jackson, but low-key Romeo and Lupe. or am I the only one? And JID responded to his tweet by laughing once again. So, like I said, he loves to make a joke out of it. But one thing you guys have to question is what's so funny about this? You know what I mean? Like, what's funny about him looking like Michael Jackson? You know, if you really think about it, there's nothing funny about that. But they just love to change the narrative into a joke. And this guy wasn't laughing in this tweet. You know, he was completely serious. That's why he put this serious emoji right here. And notice how this guy noticed that he looks like Michael Jackson, Romeo, and Lupe. And he's not wrong because JID is a very mixed character. He's mainly based off of Michael Jackson, but they did mix a little bit of Romeo and Lupe Fiasco in his character as well. So that's why he does resemble them a little bit. But he mainly resembles Michael Jackson the most. And JID responded to this tweet in particular many times. In this response, he said he's high AF. And then the guy that made the tweet responded to him and he said, you see it too, right? But JID never responded to that. And then another celebrity commented on the same post and he said, I been said you look like Michael Jackson. And then JID said, LMAO, that shit hilarious. So I don't understand why he keeps laughing at this. You know, it's not funny. But they know that the best way to hide the truth in plain sight is with comedy, because people will just laugh it off and they won't take it serious. And by the way, I have a video exposing Lupe Fiasco. So if you guys want to see the full breakdown of him, the link to this video will be in the description below. And JID is not only mixed with Lupe Fiasco and Michael Jackson, he's also mixed with Swae Lee. You know, he does have a little bit of Swae Lee's head shape. So that's why this person said JID is literally Swae Lee and Michael Jackson mixed together. And he's not wrong about that because JID is a very mixed character. But overall, I'm sure everyone can see that JID looks mainly like Michael Jackson. You know, that's mainly the character that he's based off of. Because right here, it's undeniable. They look exactly alike. You know, if you really look at young pictures of Michael Jackson, it's going to creep you out how much he looks like JID. So here's some more side-by-side comparisons that I made. Right here, they look very similar. And of course, JID is doing one-eye symbolism with his hair. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I just find it interesting that Michael Jackson has so many characters. You know, I thought Bruno Mars and Sandra Bullock were his only characters. But I ended up finding out that JID is also another character. And I found 3 other characters that Michael Jackson has as well. So I can't wait to drop that video. But moving along, here's some more side-by-side comparisons of JID and Michael Jackson. And I find it so creepy that he specifically looks like the younger version of Michael Jackson. You know, this is Michael Jackson as a kid, and they look so much alike. And it's really creepy because they have the same exact eyes, man. That's the main thing that gives it away with this one. You know, right here, I'm sure all of you guys can see that they have the same exact eyes. And the nose is very similar as well. So this one is very easy to see in this side-by-side comparison right here. And now let's look at the side profile because they also share the same jawline. So right here they look very similar from the side. And their body shape looks very similar as well. And I just find it interesting because if young Michael Jackson was a rapper in today's day and age, he would look exactly like JID, you know what I mean? That's basically what this character is. You know, if Michael Jackson became a rapper at a young age, he would basically be JID. Alright, so now let's get into all of the connections between JID and Michael Jackson because there's so many of them. So the first one is this article. It says, JID talks about album release, tour with Mac Miller, and names Michael Jackson as his hero. So do you guys find it ironic that he named Michael Jackson as a hero? You know, they love to talk about their other characters. I've mentioned that in so many of my videos. So another connection between Michael Jackson and JID is a line that JID said in one of his songs. So this person on Reddit quoted one of JID's lines, and the line is, Mama said the Messiah's in moccasins. And then he said, am I the only one that thinks this is an amazing line? It sounds like mama say mama kusa, a line used by Michael Jackson in Wanna Be Startin' Something. So JID basically referenced one of Michael Jackson's lines that he said in one of his songs. So this is a major connection again. And now let's get into all the connections in Gematria. So JID and MJ have the same exact Gematria. They both equal 23 in the English ordinal cipher. And this is why I said he has the name JID, because that's a very strange name, you know what I mean? Like, I always question why celebrities have the weirdest names ever. And they do that for Gematria purposes. so that the name can equal a certain number. And I noticed that JID and Fake have the same gematria as well in every single cipher. So that really shows that JID is a fake person, you know, he's not a real person. So Michael Jackson was born in 1958, right? And JID equals 58 in gematria. So that's a major connection right there. You know, the fact that he was born in 58 and JID equals 58. And I found it weird that JID's birthday is on Halloween. You know, as you guys can see right here, his birthday is October 31st. And that's a big reference to Michael Jackson because one of Michael Jackson's biggest songs is Thriller. And Thriller was released on November 5th, 1983. And November 5th is just 5 days after Halloween. And that song Thriller is based off of Halloween. As you guys can see, he was dressed up as a zombie. And he put the truth in plain sight in this music video because he's basically letting us know that he's not human. He looks like a demon in all these pictures. And notice how he transformed into many creatures in this video. You know, this video was very symbolic. And the end was very disturbing because he made the girl believe that all of that was fake. But at the end, he turns around and he's still a demon in real life. So that shows that they're demons that are infiltrating in our everyday life. You know, this music video was very creepy. If you watch it with an open mind and you're aware of the symbolism, then you'll know the true meaning behind this video. But anyways, moving along, the song Thriller was released in 1983, which is very interesting because Michael Jackson equals 83 and murder equals 38 in the same cipher. And then RIP is 38 and Michael is 138 in the same cipher. So Michael Jackson had a lot of 38 connections, which shows that he was a very scripted character to fake his death. So now let's look at the 25s and 52 connections, because Michael Jackson died on June 25th, right? So 25 is a big number that death fakers use because death equals 25. So that's why he specifically died on the 25th, because death equals 25 and RIP is 25. And Michael Jackson is 52 in the same cipher as RIP. So another big connection is the fact that Michael Jackson and California have the same gematria. They both equal 52 in the same cipher. And this is important because Michael Jackson died in California. So do you guys really think it's a coincidence that he dies in California and his name has the same exact gematria as California? And on top of that, his name equals 52 and he died on the 25th. You know, if you reverse 25, you get 52. And right here it says that Michael Jackson died in Holmby Hills, and Holmby Hills equals 54. And Michael Jackson equals 254. So he was scripted to die in Holmby Hills. And then Michael passed away and Masonry all have the same gematria of 33 in the same cipher. And then JID and Dead have the same gematria in two ciphers. They both equal 14 in the full reduction and then 22 in the reverse full reduction. So this is a big reference to the fact that JID's base character, Michael Jackson, is a death faker. So that's why JID matches up with Dead. And JID does a lot of symbolism. You know, right here, he's doing symbolism in plain sight. And he's wearing orange as well. And orange equals 33 in gematria. And then here he is wearing orange again with the black and white for duality. And he's doing symbolism right here once again. And then right here he's doing one eye symbolism in plain sight. And I noticed celebrities with dreads love to do one eye symbolism with their dreads. And this is purposely done. Don't just think it's a coincidence that their hair just so happened to get in front of one eye when they took the picture. So now let's talk about Michael Jackson's immortal characters, because I always find it interesting that every celebrity has an immortal character. So if you guys want to see my full breakdown of 100% proof that all celebrities are immortal, make sure you guys go subscribe to my Patreon. I showed so many celebrities and their immortal characters in this video. So the link to my Patreon is in the description below. I recommend you guys go check that out if you're interested. And I will be doing a part 2 very soon. So if you're subscribed to my Patreon, stay on the lookout for that. Alright, so Michael Jackson has this immortal character from the 1800s. And he's in this painting right here. And there's so many similarities with these two characters. You know, they literally have the same hat. And then their face is very similar. And notice how they even have the same butt chin and jawline in these pictures. And then on top of that, they're both wearing red and black in these pictures. So this can't be a coincidence, you know what I mean? Like, that's so many similarities in these pictures. And they put it right in our face because Michael Jackson literally has an album called Immortal. So they're letting us know in plain sight that Michael Jackson is an immortal character and that they're going to continuously keep recycling him. So that's why we have young characters like JID that are based off of Michael Jackson. So Michael Jackson's oldest character is this Egyptian statue from 3,000 years ago, because as you guys can see, they look exactly alike. And this can't be a coincidence, man. Like, there's no way that somebody could just look exactly like a 3,000-year-old statue. And what really gives it away is the fact that the statue has a very broken nose, just like Michael Jackson. You know, they have the same exact weird nose. And even their mouth is the same. And notice how the statue has these very big eyes, just like Michael Jackson. And the statue even looks like JID right here too. And Michael Jackson has so many statues now that he's dead. And this is very symbolic to the fact that he comes from this old character that is now a statue. So I find this very disturbing because this is a very old statue. You know, the fact that Michael Jackson has been around for thousands of years. And I bet there's even older characters that he's played before that Egyptian character. And the biggest mockery of it all is the fact that Michael Jackson has a song called Remember the Time. And it's based off of ancient Egypt. You know, I talked about that in my Bruno Mars video. So make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content that isn't allowed on YouTube. The links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'm out.